Have you ever felt a sudden pain or strange symptom and thought, should I go to the hospital? Or wait it out? You might be ignoring a silent alarm your body is desperately trying to sound. In today's video, we're revealing 7 urgent warning signs that your body could be in serious trouble and why ignoring them could cost you your life. From subtle changes to shocking signals, these clues are easy to miss but too dangerous to overlook. Stay with us to find out what your body might be begging you to know right now. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe for more life-saving health insight. Your awareness could save a life, maybe even your own. Lesson 1. Sudden chest pain, it's not always heartburn. We've all experienced chest discomfort after a heavy meal, maybe you blamed it on spicy food or stress. But what if that burning sensation, tightness, or sharp ache wasn't just heartburn? What if it was your body's final warning before a heart attack? Here's a reality many ignore. Not all heart attacks start with dramatic pain or a movie-style collapse. Sometimes, it begins with a subtle pressure in your chest, a slight discomfort in your left arm, or even mild nausea. Now think about this: if you suddenly felt a crushing weight on your chest, would you immediately go to the hospital or wait to see if it passes? Many people choose to wait. And that hesitation can be deadly. Women, especially, often report unusual heart attack symptoms like jaw pain or fatigue, signs that can easily be dismissed. But your heart doesn't play games. That discomfort is your warning. This isn't meant to scare you, it's meant to empower you. Recognizing the signs of a heart emergency can save your life or someone else's. Never ignore chest pain, especially if it comes with shortness of breath, dizziness, or pain spreading to your arm or neck. So here's the question: would you know what to do if your body gave you that signal right now? The next step holds something you definitely don't want to miss, because knowing what to look for in these moments can mean the difference between life and death. Keep watching, because the next lesson reveals a stroke symptom that most people completely overlook and why catching it early could spare you from permanent damage. Lesson 2. Slurred speech or facial drooping, think fast. Imagine you're having a conversation and suddenly your words come out jumbled, or you notice one side of your face feels heavy. You might laugh it off or think, I'm just tired. But this is no joke, these are classic signs of a stroke, and ignoring them can cost you everything. A stroke happens when blood flow to part of the brain is blocked or a blood vessel bursts. Brain cells begin to die within minutes. That's why every second counts. Doctors use the acronym FAST, face, arms, speech, time, to help you recognize a stroke quickly. Is one side of the face drooping? Can the person lift both arms evenly? Is their speech slurred or strange? If yes, then it's time to call emergency services right away. Here's the part that's truly terrifying: strokes don't always cause pain, which is why many people delay getting help. But the damage continues silently, affecting memory, movement, and even your ability to speak. Would you recognize these symptoms if they happened to someone you love? Or would precious minutes slip away? It's not about panic, it's about preparedness. Being able to spot the early signs of a stroke could mean saving someone from permanent disability or saving their life entirely. And stroke can happen at any age, not just to the elderly. So the next time someone seems off or you notice these subtle signs, don't second guess. Act fast. The next step holds something you definitely don't want to miss. Up next, we're diving into a symptom that feels like anxiety but could mean your lungs or heart are in serious danger. Lesson 3. Shortness of breath, when breathing feels like drowning. Breathing is something we take for granted until suddenly, it's not easy anymore. Picture this: you're just walking across the room, and suddenly, it feels like you've run a marathon. Your chest tightens, your breaths are shallow, and panic starts to set in. Is it anxiety? Maybe. But what if it's something far more dangerous? Shortness of breath can be a warning sign for several life-threatening conditions, including a heart attack, pulmonary embolism, or even heart failure. It can strike out of nowhere, even when you're resting. Some describe it as air hunger, others say it feels like they're breathing through a straw. Either way, it's your body begging for help. Now ask yourself this: if you suddenly couldn't catch your breath, would you know the difference between anxiety and a medical emergency? Many people dismiss it, hoping it will go away. But when your lungs or heart are in distress, every second counts. Waiting it out can lead to collapse, organ failure, or even death. This symptom doesn't always come alone, it might arrive with dizziness, chest discomfort, or a racing heartbeat. These are red flags that demand immediate action. Don't assume it's nothing. Listen to your body when it struggles for air. This isn't just about avoiding panic, it's about knowing when to act. Getting help quickly can mean faster treatment, better outcomes, and, most importantly, survival. The next step holds something you definitely don't want to miss. Up next, we uncover a type of pain that hides deep in your belly and why ignoring it could lead to a sudden emergency you never saw coming. Lesson 4. Severe abdominal pain, your gut is sending a red alert. We've all had a stomachache, from bad food to stress, it's usually harmless. But when the pain is sharp, sudden, and won't let up, it's time to pay close attention. Abdominal pain is your gut's way of sounding the alarm, and sometimes, it's trying to warn you of something life-threatening. Conditions like appendicitis, gallstones, internal bleeding, or even a ruptured organ often begin with intense pain in the abdomen. This pain may radiate to your back, shoulder, or lower pelvis. It may come with fever, vomiting, dizziness, or even an inability to pass gas. These are all signs that something serious could be happening inside you and that it's time to stop waiting and head to the ER. Here's a question you need to consider. Would you recognize the difference between a harmless stomach cramp and a deadly internal issue? Many people delay care, assuming it'll pass until it doesn't. By then, their condition has worsened, and their risk has skyrocketed. Pain is not the enemy, it's a messenger. When it comes fast and strong, it's your body's way of waving a red flag. Don't rely on home remedies or wait until the pain is unbearable. Trust your instincts, and take action early. Severe abdominal pain is one of the most common reasons for emergency surgery. And the longer you wait, the more dangerous it becomes. The next step holds something you definitely don't want to miss. Up next, we'll explore a symptom that many brush off as just the flu, but when it comes with confusion, it could be the sign of something far more serious. Lesson 5. High fever with confusion, it's more than just the flu. A fever is usually your body's way of fighting off an infection. But when that fever rises too high, especially above 103 degrees Fahrenheit 39.4 degrees Celsius, and is paired with confusion, slurred speech, or difficulty staying awake, it's no longer just a simple bug. It could be the sign of something far more dangerous. Conditions like sepsis, meningitis, or a severe viral infection can all trigger these symptoms. Your brain is extremely sensitive to heat and inflammation, and when a high fever starts to affect your mental clarity, it's a medical emergency. Infections like these can spread fast, shutting down vital organs in a matter of hours if not treated immediately. Many people ignore the early warning signs, thinking it's just a bad flu. But confusion, delirium, or even hallucinations are not normal parts of a fever, they're cries for help. And when they happen to an elderly person or a child, the danger multiplies. So here's a critical question. If a loved one had a high fever and suddenly didn't recognize you, would you know what to do, or would you wait and hope it passes? Time is of the essence, and waiting it out is not an option. Don't let fear stop you from taking action. Calling for help at the right moment could mean the difference between recovery and irreversible damage. The next step holds something you definitely don't want to miss. Coming up, we'll uncover a vision problem that many ignore, but acting fast could be the key to saving your sight forever. Lesson 6. Sudden vision loss, when darkness is a red flag. Imagine you're reading a book, watching TV, or just walking through your home and suddenly, your vision blurs, dims, or vanishes in one eye. You blink, rub your eyes, and hope it clears up. But it doesn't. This isn't eye strain or fatigue. This is a medical emergency. Sudden vision loss or visual disturbances like flashing lights, floating specks, or a shadow creeping over your field of vision could be signs of a retinal detachment, optic nerve damage, or even a stroke. And in these cases, time is sight. The faster you seek emergency care, the higher your chances of preventing permanent blindness. One of the most overlooked causes is a retinal detachment, where the retina pulls away from the back of the eye. It's painless, which makes it easy to ignore, but the consequences are devastating if left untreated. In other cases, the brain may be the issue, a stroke or ministroke affecting the part responsible for vision. Here's a question to truly consider. If your eyesight started fading right now, would you panic, or would you act? Most people hesitate, hoping their vision will come back. But waiting could seal the damage forever. Your vision is one of your most precious senses, and once it's gone, it may never return. Don't wait for it to get worse. The moment you notice sudden changes, treat it like an emergency. The next step holds something you definitely don't want to miss. In our final lesson, we reveal a sign that's loud, messy, and terrifying, yet often underestimated. It could be your body's last line of defense before a serious internal crisis. Lesson 7. Uncontrolled bleeding when it just won't stop. A small cut or nosebleed might seem harmless until it refuses to stop. Most of us are used to bleeding that clots within minutes. But what if it doesn't? What if your body just won't seal the wound? Uncontrolled bleeding is a silent but deadly emergency, and recognizing it can save your life. This isn't just about visible injuries. Vomiting blood, blood in your stool or urine, or even heavy menstrual bleeding can all be signs of something serious happening inside. It could be the result of internal injuries, ulcers, ruptured vessels, or a blood clotting disorder. Sometimes, your body is bleeding out and you don't even know it until it's almost too late. What's most dangerous is the urge to wait and see. People often dismiss internal bleeding as food poisoning, a stomach bug, or even stress. But when bleeding continues beyond 10 minutes of applied pressure, or appears in places it shouldn't, it's time to go to the emergency room. Here's a critical question. If you saw blood and couldn't explain where it was coming from, would you wait in fear or act in confidence? That choice could be the difference between life and death. Internal bleeding is deceptive. It hides behind fatigue, dizziness, or pale skin. By the time the signs are obvious, the risk is already high. Don't take the chance. If your body is losing blood and won't stop, you need professional help fast. Trust your instincts and act before it's too late. The next step holds something you definitely don't want to miss. Stick around as we wrap up with a powerful reminder that ties every lesson together and why these warning signs are your body's ultimate call for help. Conclusion. If you found even a little value in this video, we'd love to hear from you. Your feedback helps us create more life-saving content that can truly make a difference. Did any of these warning signs surprise you? Have you or someone you know experienced any of these symptoms? Share your thoughts and stories in the comments below. Your experience could help someone else recognize these urgent signals faster. Don't forget to like and share this video with friends and family so everyone stays informed and prepared. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button for more essential health tips that could save lives. Together, we can spread awareness and protect the people we care about most.